All right, so last video that I did second and third periods, and probably like characteristically like I do sometimes. This is just backwards. So I think I'm going to try to walk myself through out loud here setup of this game. I've got again, we're trying to keep it simple here in the early going. The Rangers blue, the visitors blue, Montreal red, Montreal home, red home. And I know that that's not how it's going to be done every time, but again, for my first couple of games here. So first thing that I have to do here is determine control. Yes, I've decided I'm going to use this score sheet and not the official one. I don't know, I insist on doing things my way. It's just, you know, how I am. Anyway, I want to try it this way. Basically, I want to try it this way for a game and see which way I prefer. So, I have this idea in my head. I'm just going to try to plot it out here. So yes, so I have my dry erase loose leaf, and so establishing or setting up control for the game, determining control Montreal with their home control of 10, and New York with their away control of 5. So that is a +5 to Montreal. So over here to the chart we go, looking at the control ranges, home control and visiting control. So I'm looking at a difference of 5 or 6 there. It's going to be 9 to 20. So Detroit and Toronto had similar. So 9 to 20 there for Montreal, and 1 to 8 for New York. Yeah, that'd be the case. And I suppose if Montreal were on the road, then they'd have a 1 to 12 and then a 13 to 20 for the Rangers. So similar then to, I guess, really kind of the same scenario as Toronto and Detroit there in the game prior. 9 to 20 is Montreal. I've read that this is subject to change, and then for the puck battle, we add up the aggression: 7 for the Rangers and 8 for the Canadians. So it is one different than last game where I had the puck battle threshold of 13. It might still be 13, but again, relatively new to all of this. Puck battle threshold 13 to 15, so yeah, it's going to be 13 or greater. So again, I guess I kind of like that in the early going. I've been treated to relatively simple setups, and so I'm just going to do a little something like this here. And other than that, I guess I can roll for starting goalies. The Rangers, they're going to go with Have Jacques Palant. Yes, they are. And it's going to be 49 for Montreal. That'll be Charlie Hodge. So we get Palant versus Hodge in this game. I guess I can make a note of that as well. I'm tempted to write Palant in red, but I should write him in blue. So Palant and Hodge. Pallant's rating, I guess, is a 6. I can make note of that. And Hodge is a 6 as well, actually. One lower than Worsley. So Worsley, I guess, would have had better numbers in 65. Montreal finishing with a record of 36, 23, and 11 that season. The Rangers with a lowly 20, 38, and 12. So I know that there are some other things that I could write down on the score sheet, the official score sheet that you get with it with the PDF. There's spaces allotted for that, but I noticed Gary in his Thunder Bay Dayton game did not. He basically said that he used the score sheet in the event that there needed to be any modifications to the ratings, and other than that, he just went with the team cards. So I'm going to try it that way as well for this. And without further ado, so 6 and 13. So we will actually get a puck battle here to start things off. This could end up being a very different game than the one prior. And I'm going to drop the 2d10 here. And so that's a 41 of the puck battle. So number Paul Byron here for a puck battle. And I said that we were 6 minutes. So that's one thing I want to do a little differently. If I'm noting things of my own over here, I'm just going to go first period and then 14. Because he said there should be about 17 things that come up per game. So 3, 6. It says in the instructions on average you would get that. So 9, 12, 15. So we're good. We have about 20. We can note about 20 instances in the game. And actually, if I use space for whole space for the second and the third, just to separate it by period. So with 14 to go, anyway, 41 against. We looked at the puck battle chart, and on the puck battle chart, it is 41 in the first period. Minor penalty in the visiting team. The home team takes 1 hit. So Montreal down a stamina point, but minor penalty on New York. I don't think I'm going to roll to see who is in the box. I'm not going to bother with that. I'm not going to keep penalty minute stats or anything like that. Some player or other is in the box right now. And so here for the first minute of power play time. So I guess I could make a note as well. Okay, so I've decided to make a note like that. New York with a 2 and a minor. Montreal -1 stamina. And I think I have to take that 26. I think that was a distinct separate roll. I don't think I was just fumbling around with the dice there. So in the first minute of power play time, maybe this is me being the Habs fan and knowing that 26 is probably pretty good here for my team, which again, I have to check. So Montreal power play 5 and New York penalty, sort of terrible power play in 65. So Montreal power play 5, New York penalty kill 8. We had this last game as well. This is a +3 to the penalty kill, at least for the time being. And the roll of a 26, it does say a crease chance though. So Montreal, I'm double checking here. And so I do get a crease chance here for the Canadians. So rolling for that crease chance on the power play, that is a 51. 51 in the crease, go to the chance chart. And 51 in the crease is goal. If the goalie is 9 or greater, it is a save and otherwise scores. Palan is only a 6, so just like that, we have a 1-0 game in the first minute of power play there for Montreal. I'll make a note of that. So 13. I could do like what I like to do sometimes, if I'm rolling for an entire minute, I do this for Mike Owen's quick play. I just do D6 -1. I know in Mike Owen's quick play, it's like 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is 4, 5 is 5, and 6 is 0, but I just subtract 1 for the D6 every time. So that's 09. So I could either add that to 13 or subtract that from 14. I could either say 1309 or 1351 if I want a narrative. 1351 would be kind of funny because it would imply that like right away into the power play Montreal would score, but I'm not going to be too concerned with the particulars of that, especially as I'm still learning this game and getting used to it. So Montreal, I'll put here PPG power play goal. Let's roll for the goal score. And again, I hope that I'm not overlooking anything. Like, it seems like it's almost too, like, is it really this simple? Ralph Backstrom, power play goal. Okay, and let's see here. So with the six, so looking to the assist column, the assist table, I should say, perhaps would be the word for the D20. And the 6, that's going to be 2 assists. Choose nearest forward for first assist. So I guess I don't even have to roll the nearest forward to Backstrom. And I guess I would look up Backstrom from Provo. I don't know if I buy that. I maybe more buy, sure, Backstrom from Provo. Let's go with that in the end, I guess. Backstrom for, this is defensively sound. This was a, Rocket Richard had retired, and so this was a Canadians team that won differently. This is pre-Flower, post-Rocket, Montreal. So sure, Backstrom from Provo, and yeah, just roll, I guess, for another assist. And so the other assist 50, because it does say there for the second assist, if any players repeated, choose another nearest forward. So 50, I might do that rule where because it's a power play goal, I cut that in half. I didn't do that last game, actually. I gave, who did I give a power play point? Maybe it was Lowell McDonald. Anyway, so I'm going to cut that in half and then round down to a 20. In the assist column, that's going to be Henri Richard. So sure, because it's the power play, I can permit 2 centers in the ice. I almost gave Richard a point anyway. So I'm going to say Backstrom. And then I'll put in parentheses here that Provo and Richard, Henri Richard there with the so. Again, I don't know. Maybe this looks worse. I think it looks okay. It makes sense to me. So let's game on. Game on, I guess, here. Just 1 minute coming off the clock in the 13th. So we're going to have yet another puck battle. We're going to roll the 2d10 here. And so that is, what is that? That's a straight 10. I feel like things are about to get messy here between Montreal and New York. New York still upset about being penalized there. Maybe they feel it was unjust. So looking here at the puck battle, down to the 12-minute mark here, still in the first period, 10. Aggression check, minor penalty, and also deal 1 hit. So the first thing I want to do, though, is make a note that there are 12 minutes to go here in the period. I got to get into the habit of that, actually. As soon as I do the D6 and roll the D6 and the D20, take time away immediately. So again, aggression. It does say aggression checks. So we're not sure who gets the penalty. Yes, we roll New York's aggression 7, Montreal's aggression 8. So I'm going to add 1 to the red. Montreal rolled an 8, New York rolled an 8, so that's actually going to factor in here right away. It's going to be a penalty to Montreal, but I believe it's going to come at a cost of New York's stamina, deal 1 hit. So stamina, they're also down to 9, and minor penalty to a Montreal, so the Rangers now in the power play. So again, I hope that's reasonably, that's okay. New York -1 stamina, Montreal 2-minute minor, and again, I'm not really going to bother to know who actually got the who specifically was penalized there for Montreal. But I did again. It was a puck battle that had ensued after the initial roll, and I did the aggression check for both teams. And so I'm pretty sure. Because it would say on the table if it were anything other than a minor penalty. In fact, it said specifically minor penalty. So, first minute of power play time here for the Rangers is 78. I don't think that's good, but their power play is 5. Montreal's penalty kill is 9, so we have to look to the -4 here on the power play for the Rangers. And -4 power play penalty kill, getting the +4 there is, I guess, how I could articulate it. Kill zone, penalty kill unit auto kills this time slot in the next power play slot if applicable. So we're just gonna put a KZ there for those 2 minutes being eaten up by Montreal, and we play on where we roll the D6 and the D20. So 2 minutes into 20. 2 minutes into 20. So again, we're gonna get a battle instead of a chance. Let me note that we're now down to 8 minutes to go here in period 1. This has been kind of a slower moving one than the other game. And so the 2D10. 2D10 tells us 59 and 59 in the first period. Tells us we may or may not have to do a follow-up aggression roll. I like that. It's varied a variety. Sometimes you do extra rolls, other times you don't. 58 to 64. Battle back. Trailing team hustles to win possession. Roll. Column A attack. If tied, the higher aggression team deals 1 hit. And if aggression is equal, both teams deal 1 hit. So by tied, I don't think it means a tie and score. I think it would mean here if the aggression is tied, which it isn't because Montreal has 1 higher in this case. Hold on, though. Trailing team hustles to win possession. Roll. Column A attack. If tied, the higher aggression team deals 1 hit. If aggression is equal, both teams deal 1 hit. Again, because the word tied comes up before anything to do with the aggression team, I'm just going to assume that I'm going to roll a column A attack here. And is that column A only? Do I not then refer to column B or 13 on column A for New York being the trailing team? So 13 on column A says if attack is 3 or greater, scores deep turnover and a quick shot. So we have a tie game here, 1-1. The Rangers have tied with 8 minutes to go here in period 1, just like that. But I do so because the score is tied. I have to remember now that was 59, I think. So 59. The higher aggression team is Montreal. So perhaps in the goal celebration, Montreal, the Canadians have dealt a hit. And so New York's stamina is going to come down. That goal came not without a cost, if I'm doing this correctly. And if the aggression is equal, both teams deal 1 hit. But no, the higher aggression team deals 1 hit. So again, New York, maybe they paid a bit of a price for that goal, but getting to the dirty area was 34 for the Rangers. That's Don Marshall, ex-Hab. Don Marshall getting the goal, rolling for the assist. We have 18 here. That's going to be a pair of them, I know already. But 2 assists, it specifies random. But if a player is repeated, choose nearest alternate player. I like that. It was even strength. Let's see who the heck Marshall was on the ice with. 69 giggity. It's going to be Jean Rattel. Now, that is 2 centers, though. Does it say anything about that? Nearest alternate is relative to the result in the assist column, relative to goal scorers line in the team card. So Marshall and Rattel, I don't know. They could have been mid-line change, and the 93 in the assist column is Larry Cahan. So I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. So the Rangers pressed, and with 8 minutes to go here in period 1, we have a tie game, and I'm going way too slow. It's already almost 15 minutes. This is a faster playing game, I know. So 2 more minutes off the clock now. We're down to 6. I'm trying to take my time, though, trying to get this done, correctly. And with the 3, there will be an attack. So the control 20 that falls to Montreal and 20-20 there. So it's just going to fall to Montreal, and New York's not going to be able to defend it. And so we roll and look in column A. That is another 69. And so let's see here. 68-72, attack 13 or greater scores. No, 11 or 12, no. 9 or 10. What's Montreal's again with the lowly 6? So the answer is not to all 3 of those. So attack, foil. There were some specifics there, some details, but for now I'm just going to note as I get ink all over my hand that Montreal, let's say attack, Because that was more that Montreal attacked and failed more than the Rangers defended that. Because that fizzles out at C. You don't go any further. If I read the book correctly last night, it's not that I would then default to D and look to see what happened in the defense column. I'm pretty sure not, because that I go to the defense if the D20 comes up and it's in New York's defense, or in just the defending team's defense range, not necessarily New York's. So 5 more minutes off the clock and a 4. We will get another chance. We are down to minute 1 here in period 1, and getting that a chance. Let's see if the Rangers can. I shouldn't say finally get one, because because they scored off some anomaly on the puck battle chart. But anyway, 9. That is so no, it's 1 to 8. Or sorry, no, I have to look here. 15 and 9 is not in the Rangers' defense range. So again, it's going to be the Montreal Canadiens still looking to retake the lead. 38. We looked at column A for 38, and column A for 38 it says attack 9 or greater scores. They do not have that. Attack 7 or 8 a slot chance. Again, their attack is only 6. Attack 5 or 6 point chance. Otherwise, shot deflected high into the glass. So, teeing up and firing from the point with a 97. Save made, any goalie rating. So, people in attendance at the forum, I could have stopped. Palant made the save, but I could have stopped that. So, again, Montreal, I almost feel like putting question mark next to the attack, or quotation marks around it, just to be me. Montreal attack, question mark. So a minute to go here. So I'm assuming anyway, I mean, that's probably going to be time expired. I could do the Mike Owens thing. I might actually. Here we go. Here's my little novelty. I think I'm going to do the, it's not necessarily his, but it's the first game that I encounter. I'm going to roll that over into the second period. So I'm going to say with 18 to go here, right? Because 3 minutes after, so 0, 19, 18, sure. So 18 to go in the second period. 4, that's going to be another chance. And so this time 15, that's Montreal's range again, and 9 is above New York's defense. Toronto would have been able to defend that. The Rangers cannot. And so let's have an attack. 85, that's probably not good enough to do anything, but we'll double check here. 85 is going to ask me, if the attacking stamina is greater than the defensive stamina, there's a crease chance. The attack stamina, if I've been doing it correctly, is indeed greater than the defensive stamina. So let's roll for that crease chance where we get an even 70. And in the crease chance, 70 from the crease, goalie 6 or greater, it's a save. Otherwise, it's a goal. And Palant is a 6 or greater. I've not seen any. It says in the book there are modifications sometimes even to your goalie mid-game, which I really like, but I don't think I've encountered it yet. I think that's just Palant making a save. And so maybe that's what I'll put here, actually. Let's credit Palant with the save more than Montreal with the attack, because that was a crease chance. So Palant saved as a game highlight there. You can see what I'm doing there. And so we go on to, we're going to roll it down here a little further. 4 minutes and 18, we get another battle. 4 minutes, let me take 4 minutes before I forget. 14 minutes to go here in period 2 in the 44 for the battle. 44, I got to figure out a more efficient system. I'm okay with this, though. I like this game enough. I'm okay right now with how I have it set up and flipping through. But 44 there, the 2d10 battle roll. Got to remember, it's now in the second period. 36. There's a lot of overlap anyway, though. 36 to 45. Minor penalty on the New York Rangers, but the home team does take one hit. So the Rangers have rattled Montreal, but they have been punished for it here at Le Forum. And so, yeah, I can put there the Rangers. And that was just a 2-minute minor. And again, I could roll for the particulars. There's certain things. I've said this before. I don't really care if you trip the guy, slash the guy, held the guy, interfere with the guy, did a pick or whatever. Basically, it's 2 minutes for moving your hands when you should have been moving your feet. That's a minor penalty. So anyway, so the Rangers here with a 2-minute minor. But Montreal, again, I will make a note that their stamina is down to 8. How do the Rangers get down? There's something that I missed there, because I've noted 2 -1s here for Montreal. Maybe it's bias and favoritism for my team. I only have -1 stamina for the Rangers there once. Oh, I think it was they paid the price for the goal. That's right. That's cool, because that can happen. I believe that. I buy that. So Montreal -1 stamina. The Rangers with a 2-minute minor. So again, there's kind of costs and rewards built into the game. Montreal, let's get the 13-12 geared up. Let me see. They did score on the power play. Let's see if they can not necessarily go 2 for 2. But our first minute of power play time with that 65. And again, they're -3. No modifications have come up to that yet. So -3 here with the man advantage. Penalty kill +3. We looked at 65. Minor penalty in the power play unit. Ends power play or adjust man advantage accordingly. We're going to open ice for the first time. So, minor penalty to Montreal. They're booing at the Forum. They are protesting that decision. Let's see, Montreal, 2-minute minor, I guess, much like I did with New York. So I'm going to have a minute of open ice here and then a minute power play time for the Rangers. And get that ready. So 4-on-4 here for a minute. Let me just double check though. It was 65. Maybe I read something there a little too quickly. Want to be careful. What am I looking at here again? 65. 65 minor penalty. Ends power play or adjust man advantage accordingly. Adjust man advantage accordingly. I guess the adjustment would just be that they're now even strength, even if not full strength. They're 4-on-4. Okay, let's just do a minute open ice, and we do the D20 for that, 4-on-4, and also for 3-on-3, but yeah, open ice, 1 roll per time slot. Okay, open ice gives us a 9. The 9 says attack sequence, so roll, control, and defense. The control is a 5. It's the Rangers on the attack, and 13 is not in Montreal's defense range. So I guess I'm just rolling column A attack. I think even for 4-and-20, that's good too. Attack +4 scores Harvester, nails the top corner. New York, even with their attack of 6, unfortunately here, unfortunately, there's my Habs fandom just coming right out of me. But the Rangers have scored here in that minute of open ice. So New York, they made this a 2-1 hockey game. Scoring for if I've done everything correctly, and if not, then I'm screwing my team. 67, it was open ice. Sure, we'll give it to Jean Rattel. This was a not yet prime Rattel in 65. That's why he's a little lower in the card, but Jean Rattel getting the goal and assisting on Rattel's goal. Got to be careful, though, with the 4-on-4 here, the open ice. 16, I'll still try to award 2 assists. So 16, I believe that's alternate, right? If it's higher than 9, then it's random once you get to the double digits. So 57 Rattel from Doug Robinson. Sure, Rattel from Doug Robinson, and who I think figured into expansion a little later on. Pretty prominent in 67, 68. I could be wrong about that. 40th, I want to say Los Angeles, so I could be wrong about that. Phil Goyette, 2 centers. I don't like it. Let's say Angotti. Let's say Rattel from Angotti and Doug Robinson. I am okay with that. The nearest on the card. It's plausible. It's viable. Robinson will give him the primary, though, and Angotti with the secondary, and picking up an assist on his way to Chicago. 2-1 New York, and let me see here. So Montreal, that's going to kill. So Montreal took a minor, but then the Rangers scored. So I believe we were back to full strength actually for the follow-up. I hope I didn't screw anything up there. I don't think that I did. Yeah, since we're back to full, I'm not going to roll down to minute 11. All right, because the Rangers, again, they'd be back to full strength. And they scored, so the penalized Montreal player. Okay, oh dear. So 2 minutes and 16, so we're going to get another battle. We are down to minute 10 instead of 11. And with that battle, let's see here. This has been more of a grinding game. 64 on the puck battle chart for the second period. Didn't I roll a 65 in the battle? Oops. So 64 in the second period. Battle back. Oh, yes. I'm going to get stung with this again. Actually, Montreal's the trailing team. Battle back. Trailing team hustles to win possession. Roll column A attack. For Montreal, 98 on column A. Sorry, I was looking at the defense column there. And again, it doesn't say to do the control. It's just Montreal is the trailing team in this case. So back-to-back saves made. Goalie is in the zone. Pallant is really motivated against his former team. He's grinning at Coach Toe Blake, or he's that grinning is putting it politely. Anyway, Pallant is up to a 7, so I will modify that. That was Pallant is through his glove, flipping the bird, flipping off Toe Blake, and he's up to a 7 rating now. And again, that was basically I'm going to put Pallant +1, I guess, would be the highlight of that minute. Pallant has had his goal rating adjusted. So Montreal, the trailing team with a chance to power back. Now, come to think of it, though, wasn't there? I think it's only in the event that there's a goal that I would have to adjust stamina and stuff. But let me double check there. That was a 64, the initial roll. Roll column A attack. If tied. So again, very carefully written. If tied, you get the aggression and the stamina and all that. But yeah, no further battle will ensue because it's not tied up. And Plant is now flashing the leather. 12, so we will get... I have to get used to terminology here. Terminology. It's going to be a battle for... basically, it's going to be an attack, right? 8, that's going to be the Rangers again, but 5, Montreal will be able to defend that. We're going to column D for the first time this game, and that is a 17 in column D. Give me something good for Montreal. Column D with a 17 is tough defending in tight quarters, but it doesn't say anything about any adjustments. But as a Habs fan, I will take it. I'm even going to note that Montreal defended. So... just down by a goal. Let's see if they can pick something up late here in the middle stanza. 1 minute gone, and there will be another chance here. 5 to go here in the second frame. I might actually stop this after 40 because I'm running out of score sheet space. And that way maybe Montreal doesn't have to officially lose, right? That's how it works. So anyway, the big kid's coming out. It's a 10. So for control... that's going to be Montreal for control, but the 3 means that we go to the Rangers defense. So a couple of column Ds late in period 2 where we had none all game thus far. 39 under column D for New York says... 39 under column D says the action grinds to a halt on the board. So we roll on, I do believe, and I'll note that New York defended. Stingy Rangers there in their own end. And... that's snuffed out along the boards. And so 14 this time. There will be a battle. We're down to 2 minutes to go here. Let's see if we get any extracurricular shenanigans here late in period 2. That's 67. I get that roll a lot. 67. So 67 in the second period. Crash the net, aggression check, higher result deals 1 hit, plus 1 hit if they also have 1 or more enforcers. Then they create a crease chance. Okay, that's a lot to take in with one reading if you've not read it. Might have read that once prior. So crash the net, aggression check, the higher result deals 1 hit, plus 1 hit, and then they create a crease chance. Okay, so first we're just going to do our aggression check again. Montreal 8, New York 7, blue New York, and red Montreal. So that aggression check is actually going to the Rangers. 3 plus 1 is 4, so the Rangers, the more aggressive team here, and they're going to deal 1 hit. So Montreal's stamina down to 7, plus 1 hit if they have an enforcer, but they don't. So Montreal off the hook there, and then they create a crease chance. So here, is the crease chance fully... I feel like this is a question for Gary Brown. Is the crease chance fully dependent on... and sorry if it says it elsewhere and I'm just blanking on this, but if they need to have an enforcer to get a crease chance? Because, again, crash the net, aggression check, did it. Higher result deals plus... or 1 hit, did it. Plus 1 hit. If they also have 1 or more enforcers, they do not have an enforcer. Montreal does, New York does not. New York won the aggression check. Then they create a crease chance. Let's give a crease chance to New York. I feel like it's no, though. Is it the Habs fan in me that's saying no right now, or is it that New York does not get a crease chance because they do not have an enforcer? I think if they do not have an enforcer, they do not get a crease chance. But Montreal, will note here, -1 stamina is kind of the highlight of that, which is a highlight that really, I mean, the Rangers, they get off scot-free. They're not penalized for it, so no penalties. 3, so I'm going to roll that into period 3 is what I'm going to do. So with 19, and that is a 3 as well, to speak of 3s. So 19 to go here in period 3, and we could have, we're going to have an attack for one team or another. That 6 tells us it's the Rangers again, and 19, Montreal can't do anything about it. So what is going on here? 72, we looked at column A for New York, And 72, column A for New York. Attack 13 or greater scores. Absolutely not. 11 or 12, 9 or 10. The Rangers with their lowly 6. That attack is going to fizzle out. And we roll again. So 2 more minutes off the clock and a 20. We're going to get some more muck and grind here. So we're down to 17. And I might actually, let me just note it like this. So 17 here. And of course, we have to follow up and roll the 2d10. And that's a 57. So the 57 on the puck battle. We looked at period 3 this time to see if there's anything different here. Period 3. And it says, will to win. Both teams deal 1 hit in battle for possession. So I think I just do that right away. 7 and 6. 7 and 6. It's been a grind. Will to win. Both teams deal 1 hit in battle for position. Higher stamina team, which is New York right now, gets a crease chance. But if it's equal, the home team gets a slot chance. That's canceled out by the Rangers. They're higher stamina 19 with a crease chance. I think this is not good for Montreal. Pallant is flashing leather like he's in his prime again. And with the 19 for the Rangers, scores any goalie rating. Snap, all that for a guaranteed goal. Okay, so with about 17 to go here, it's now 3-1 New York. And the Rangers have made this a 3-1 hockey game against This is how you know it's a good hockey game, because Montreal sucks. Not that they should suck, but that's just my luck, right? It's my luck. When I play a hockey game, Montreal should suck. That speaks well of your game if I'm playing it and Montreal sucks. Anyway, it's one damn game. I'm going to say the was even strength, so 78, why not? 78 is going to be Louis Gotti picking up another point. And I could have done I know that Gardner and Juckett, they do the roll before the chance. I'm doing it more the way that Gary Brown did in the videos I watched last night, so Angotti. And I could do a 2d10, let's do a d20, so 18. It's going to be 2 assists, award them randomly. So 11. It's going to be Angotti from Camille the Eel Henry, and then 71, Dick Duff. That is a pair of left wings. Who's surrounded? I don't care about that. Who's surrounded? New York was kind of, no, they weren't. I was going to say they're hurting for right wings, but they're not. But sure, Henry and Duff, why not? Again, it all comes out in the wash. With Owen's quick play, and I'm not comparing them at all. It's apples to oranges. I'm just pointing things out. But with Owen's quick play, you get some goals where it's like 3 defensemen involved in the goal. And again, it's your choice whether or not you want to mod that. I mean, stranger things have happened in hockey history. But we got 17 minutes to go here with Montreal down by 2. And this Habs fan is not liking that, though I am liking this game. So 13 to go here in the third. This is going to be a PB. And I think Dave and Ron were alluding to that in the video as well, the PB here. So we get a 49. The 49 is in period 3, a makeup call, minor penalty called on the team with fewer penalties. See, there's where, I'm going to go back here. New York 2-minute minor, Montreal 2-minute minor. New York, okay, so I think it's tied. Again, for penalties of note, I think it's tied. And there should be something in here to, some provision to allow for that. If even, penalty against visitors. So, perhaps a political call. The Rangers have been penalized. Montreal down by a pair. It's too early to pull out all the stops and play 6-on-4. But let's see what the Montreal man advantage can muster up here. It's a 69. I think we heard this earlier. So it's a 69 on the power play, and the Rangers with the +3 on their penalty kill. So probably not good. 69. PK unit, +3 or 4 penalty kill. PK unit delivers a huge check and clears deal 1 hit. The Habs wore themselves out. Now that's not a full kill. So 12 to go here in period 3. And Montreal hurting in more ways than one. The second minute of power play time is at 23. But again, I have to look to that. Paltry -3, penalty kill +3. Crease chance for Montreal. Should have known that the low roll would still be pretty good. So a crease chance for Montreal, 57 on the crease chance. 57 on the crease chance. Let's see here, 57 on the crease chance. Goal if the goalie is 8 or higher, it's a save, and it's not going to be a save. Montreal is going to score. I was just going to throw in some narration about how Palant is hot, but not that hot. So the Canadians have drawn to within one here with that'd be with 11 minutes to go, though. That was the second power play minute. So with 11 to go here, Montreal has made this a one-goal game again. Let's change the score before we forget to. And the score is 3-2. And scoring that power play goal, I might do the thing where I cut the black tie in half. I don't have to. I think last time I did it actually was a 5, and I shouldn't have. Anyway, 44 feels right to me. No, maybe it's every time though. So that give us a 22. Let's see who we got here. Henri Richard. No, that'd be Backstrom again. Backstrom or LaRose. Let's give it to Claude LaRose. Backstrom. Backstrom's hot in the game. That's what we'll go with. 10, but I didn't actually roll to see how many assists, so I'm going to do that now. 5, maybe just the 1 assist on the goal. 1 and 10. So 10 is going to be Backstrom. He's all over this. Backstrom. Let's just do one more roll. 54 from Bobby Rousseau. Backstrom from Bobby Rousseau. Power play goal. The only way that Montreal has scored. Backstrom on the power play cannot be stopped. And Bobby Rousseau picking up the apple. And against the Big Apple, Montreal down by a goal with 11 rather to go. Make that 8, and there's going to be another chance. And that chance will go to 11. That's going to be in Montreal's range. Again, there have been no modifications for that, but look at that one. We go to column D. We go to column D with the 53. The Rangers now, basically, they want to protect their lead. So column D, defenders force an off-balance shot. And I'm pretty sure you don't even roll for that. That's going to be an easy routine save for Jacques Palant. And we roll forward here. We are now down to 5 minutes. And with the 9, there will be another control attack chance. Down to minute 5 here, and let's see, 17, Montreal's range, 14, not defended by New York. The follow-up D10 roll here for the column A, 31, column A, attack 7 or greater scores. Montreal's attack is 6, attack 5 or 6, a slot chance they'll have to settle for. So we roll for the slot chance where we get a 91. That's probably not good. 91 for that slot chance is... save made any goalie ratings, so Montreal chance. I'm not even going to make note of it because I'm running out of room. Yeah, I believe that would kill that, and it's a 1-goal game though, so I got to be careful. So down to 4 now. We're down to 4 minutes to go here in period 3, and the 2D20 will tell us that getting the chance here 7. That's in New York's range, but 5 Montreal will defend that. So to column D again we go. This rest in the defense with a 62, and the 62 is going to give us 62 in column D will give us disciplined unit never allows a good chance. That's right. They have to play it safe. Can't take too many risks yet. Still 4 minutes to go. Okay. So I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that just goes down to 2, even though it's a 4 there. And I'm a Habs fan. And 6, so Montreal's going to try to tie it, which would then kill the game with normal minutes. But let's see here. Maybe jump the gun there a little bit. 19 gives it to Montreal, but 1 means it's defended by New York. So let's see what they can do in column D. 83 in column D. So 83 in column D says defending stamina 9 or greater, which it is not. No shot, otherwise a point chance. So Montreal from the point, and it's 75 from the point. I'm going to look anyway, but my guess is not good. 67 to 99, right? Save made, and so that's stuff that. Anyway, so I think we have a 1-goal game here with 2 minutes to go. Even though I rolled a 4 in the yellow, I don't think I would take it down to minute 0. I don't think. And I think now what I have to do is time roll. Now I don't have a D3, so I know that for this it would be 1 and 2 is 1, 3 and 4 are 2, and 5 and 6 are 3. And so let's do that. I might actually stop and pause and look at the book. So I believe that means it's going to take 40 seconds for even Palant to leave, Hodge to leave the goal, and but then the 8. So full disclosure and book consultation time. I just want to I'll try my best to do this correctly. And so using the empty net chart, if trailing by 1 or 2 goals, okay. Purposes of this chart, team with the empty net is always the attack side. Because I'm just not sure if I should have rolled that, if I needed to roll that D8 on the, or the, what am I trying to say here? Not D8, but the 8 and the D20. So the team with the empty net, that would be Montreal here, always the attack side. Because one of the examples, counting down the rows, the third segment is 1 minute plus. So in other words, circumstances not allowed the goalie to get off the ice until nearly a minute had elapsed. So I think we've had 40 seconds elapse, and I guess we get the first time we roll is a 3, counting down the rows. The third segment is 1 minute plus. Okay, and we don't have a 2-man advantage. So it says here the empty net chart works in the same fashion as the power play chart, 5 columns to differentiate between opposing attack and defense ratings, and keeping in mind here that the attack, for purposes of this chart, the team with the empty net is always the team with the attack side, so I don't even have to determine that. And roll D100, reference the appropriate column of the empty net chart. Pretty sure that's what I would do now. With about 1:20 to go here, let's roll and have at it. So 68. So let's see here, empty net chart, Yager, and empty net chart, Yager, but defense, New York's defense 5 and Montreal's attack 6. So the attack unit advantage +1 to +4 and a 68. No chance defense clogs the lanes. Right. Okay. And it was still about 1:20 to go. So I don't think that it's default 20 seconds. I don't think. Maybe if it were like 5 and 3 or something. But I'm pretty sure. So this is just going to take 20 more seconds off anyway. And this time we get a 34 on the attack, 34 the attack, and +1, +4. Save made, shock, ricochets wide off the goalie. Okay, so I think we have a minute to go. I think. And then 40 seconds. Now that initially was a 96. Probably not going to be good. Counterattack scores in the empty net. No 2-man advantage. Roll D20, 1 to 18. Counterattack effort stopped in the neutral zone. 19-20 scoring chance is 30% plus the attack rating. I don't think I need to go that far with it though, because it's not a 2-man advantage. So counterattack scores in the empty net. So it is 4-2 New York with about 40 seconds to go. And scoring that goal, the empty netter for the Rangers. 19, we have a goal from Camille Henry. He's already been on the board in this game with an assist. He has a goal to go with. And whoops, I did it again. I should have rolled that D20. So that'd be 2 assists, and that wasn't that a 10? I'm going to say, Camille Henry from Rod Gilbert. And so Henry from Gilbert with about 40 seconds to go. And this is the Rangers, Henry from Gilbert. And it would be, I should roll for 1 more assist, which actually weights 6 to 10 on the assist table. Instead of trying to do this all in my head, I should double check. No, the enforcer table. I don't think I heard to consult that in this game. I'm wondering, going back to Toronto and Detroit there, the Gordie Howe, the goal, and if there should have been an additional roll in the enforcer table. I'll have to read the book again. But again, read it last night, felt reasonably confident today. I just wanted to try it out. And so 2 assists nears forward, and then roll the assist column for the secondary assist if any players repeated. So let's just get a secondary helper like this. So we got a 67, and that's going to be rod sealing. Why not? So from Gilbert, a couple of rods, helping out Henry with 40 seconds to go. And the Rangers have made this a 4-2 game, which actually I would still be rolling on the empty net. I think that's 3, though. I think I should just call this. Let's see, the 60. I know that I'm improvising now, but let's see here. 60. I just don't want this game to end, and not just because the Habs are losing. So 60 in the empty net, with the attack unit having an advantage of 1 still. No modifications. No chance defense clogs the lanes. So there you have it. I'm pretty sure that that's game over, and I'm pretty sure that Montreal just laid an egg. They went up 1-0 early in the power play. Things were looking good. The Rangers stormed back to score 4 goals of the next 5. So anyway, I ended the last one abruptly, but of course, as always, thank you for any time and consideration that you give to a video like this or any other like it on this channel, and bye for now.